So let me ask you this. What happens when a game dev wears a funny hat, makes a solid point about the state of FPS games, and then immediately folds like a lawn chair the second that Twitter gets mad at them? You get this guy, Ian, the creator of a promising shooter who had the internet's attention, finally stood out in a sea of mediocrity and then completely torched it with the most embarrassing apology video you've ever seen. Not for being wrong, but for being spineless. And yeah, we're going to tear this one apart. This guy launches his game, wears a dumb hat that says make FPS games great again, and then the internet has a collective aneurysm because they want to make it into some kind of political commentary. Even if it was, who cares? That was pretty base that he was wearing that hat and went up on stage and spoke his mind. The wokies got absolutely triggered about it. If you go and look at all their social media, they're like, oh, this guy thinks he's funny wearing this hat. It was just a hat, right? But no, that's not even the real issue of what happened. The real drama here was a cosmetic skin bundle that went live accidentally. And it was like $140. Then it went to $90 to 40% off, and people started losing their minds. This was what really broke the internet. Not the hat, not the slogan, just a sale. But then the studio head guy came out, deer in headlights, ready to put out a heartfelt apology video like he ran someone over in traffic. And this is where he went wrong. You never apologize for what you did. Do not cave in. Do not bend the knee. Just move forward. Make the adjustments. Don't say you're sorry because you're never going to live it on. Matter of fact, he was like, you're probably tired of seeing my face by now. That's mistake number one. Mistake number two was, this message is going to be different. Well, spoiler alert, guys, it wasn't. It was another PR grovel. This was 100% damage control. He said his exact words in this video that wearing the hat was just a meme and that it wasn't meant to be political. Bro, it literally says make FPS games great again. What did you think people would do? Give you a medal? I already saw Alyssa Mercante saying, just say that you meant to wear the MAGA hat, you idiot, or whatever it was that she said. Still losing sleep over this guy wearing a hat. Let me tell you something, guys. There's nothing wrong with wearing a MAGA hat. There's nothing wrong with being MAGA, right-wing, you name it. You're allowed. It is your right as an American citizen to wear a hat. And you can have whatever you want on it within good taste. You know, can't say something like America deserved 9/11, which is what that side likes. You know, that Hassan type of cult and community over there. But this dude, the CEO, he had a solid week of exposure, guys. All people were doing was talking about it. This is probably more attention than he's had in his entire career, and he panicked. Instead of capitalizing on it, he curled into a ball and begged for forgiveness. Yikes. You would think that that's going to help you in the long term? No. You think that apologizing to the same mob that literally hates you anyway is going to save your game? No, absolutely not. What you did was alienate the people who actually liked you, the people that actually had an interest in your game. If you just said nothing, ignored the mob, you'd have thousands of us downloading your free-to-play game, buying the FPS Great Again hat, and finally getting a shooter that doesn't suck. At least according to you. That was your whole pitch, that you're tired of Call of Duty and everything that's wrong with the FPS genre, right? But instead, no, you decided to sit here and apologize and cry on camera. Now, a lot of people talked about this already. This is a couple days old. I didn't get to give my take. I did post a tweet out saying, though, that this guy bent the knee to a mob of people that were not going to support this game. The people that are crying, the people that are outraged, the people that are activists about this, they don't support video games. That's why all of the games that are progressive or catered to a modern audience fail. Dustborn, Concord, Avowed, you name it, all of them. If it's catered to a modern audience, Sweet Baby Inc., anything they touch, Suicide Squad, you name it, it fails. They don't support it. So why go out and cater and apologize to this group that is just the squeaky wheel? They have no bearing over your business. And the sooner that people get it, the sooner that they will succeed. You shouldn't have even entertained the idea of apologizing to them. You literally caved in. And yeah, this guy in the video, Ian, says that he stands by the intent that he had while simultaneously apologizing for the fallout. How does that work out? Like, oh, I have the intent. I want to make FPSs great again, but I'm very sorry for what I do. I'm very sorry for having that hat on. I'm very sorry for, no, dude, you lost the battle already. If you can't stand by your conviction or your words, you lost it. And you lost everybody that supported you. That's not how intent works. If you believe in something, you don't apologize when people scream at you online. You double down. You quadruple down. You quadruple down, right? That's how you build trust. That's how you build a community, which is what you want around an FPS game. You want a community of loyal gamers that are centered around it, and people are hearing you out. You just caved into social media, which can be loud at times, admittedly, but you had people excited for this game, myself included, and you screwed it up. Now, speaking of community, he does drag in games like names, like he has a guy named like Machiavelli as one of his main guys, and a few others that like I guess he's bringing them up and naming them somehow. Like this makes it more heartfelt, that it's more personal. Like, oh, I'm bringing in these guys that are close to my community that help moderate and control and our community manager stuff. No, dude, you could have just kept it real, honestly. Instead, you turned this whole thing into a corporate hostage video. This literally looks like it's a corporate hostage video. You standing there, looks like you literally might have somebody pointing a weapon at you off camera, like, oh, if you don't say this, you're in trouble, mister. You gotta cater to the Twitter X mob of cancellation, or else your game's not gonna succeed. This guy put the nail in the coffin with his game. And what's worse is now that he literally handed his game over, control of this game, to a mob who doesn't even play games, that cancel crowd, that's not your audience. Like I said, they don't play shooters. They don't even like shooters at all. They don't like shooters at all. They're in control of you now. If the second that you mess up, the second that you do something that they don't like, they're going to cancel you because you caved in the first time. You give them an inch, they take a mile. The next thing that you do that upsets them, they're coming for your game again. They are in control of your company. The inmates are running the asylum that is known as Splitgate 2. That's exactly what's going to happen. And this is sad to see because those type of people, they live for the outrage, okay? They need something that gives them meaning. They need something that makes them feel like they're actual activists, because they're really not. Most of them just cosplay for the internet to be activists. And with you apologizing, with you making this video, you literally just told them that you're willing to roll over and beg for a baking strip, like a little puppy, whenever they demand it. Bad move. In all honesty, this took away all interest that I had for this game. It took away all good faith that you had for this game. I have no intent of playing this now. This is how you destroy potential. All right, Splitgate 2 absolutely had a chance, especially when that guy came up there and gave his speech and commanded attention to the room. People wanted this to be the next Halo with portals, but now it's tainted with weakness. It's tainted with soy jack. It's tainted, all right? You sold out your own message, that badass message, that make FPS games great again message that you had on stage. You sold out your own message for this illusion of peace, so that people wouldn't come after you, so that people wouldn't cancel you. You sold out. And that's even worse than making the cancel bomb at you, because now actual real gamers, actual gamers that don't like the fakeness, the cancel culture, people that actually spend money and support games that were interested in your messages, they're gone now. You might as well just pack up. This is going to be another failure of a video game. And I need every indie dev that's watching this, all right? If you're an indie dev, you're making games, you feel like, oh, I need to cater to this modern audience crowd. I need to have Sweet Baby Inc. come in and take care of my game. I need to have every DEI checklist box filled out. I need you to let this be a lesson to every single one of you guys. If you're starting a small studio, if you're an indie developer, I'm going to say this clear, nice and slow for you. Never apologize to the cancel mob. Let's say it again. Never apologize to the cancel mob. Not publicly, not performatively, not ever. Because the second that you show weakness at all, they own you. That's the moral of the story here. They own this guy. They own Splitgate 2. and then you're not a developer anymore. You're literally a hostage in your own studio. So, best of luck, Splitgate 2, and the studio that had all the potential in the world. You blew it. You blew it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you on the next one.